You don't care they'd counting on your tips to live?
You know what this is? It's the world's smallest violin playing just for the waitresses.
Okay, guys, so let's continue on here. FYI, a few quick things, then we'll get to plugs, and then we'll get to shoutouts. So, FYI, next month, it's going to be a very, 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 very important month for me. Next month, March, I'm going to have to do some special stuff in order to try to raise some funds for my upcoming tax situation. I'm not going to talk about this at length today at all. I just want to let you guys know it's coming, and what I need is your feedback, because I am more than likely going to be doing a marathon of some sort. And during said marathon, I'm going to want to know what kind of stuff are you guys wanting to see that'll bring people out to this marathon to help support me to basically raise funds via tips in order to pay my taxes in April. We had some pretty good suggestions so far. Some people said, why not do some fighting game stuff like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike for a session, a segment of it, where maybe people can play you if they want, or if not, just play some randoms. I got suggestions, maybe just do some chill gameplay, but not the whole stream. Maybe some battle royal, but not the whole stream, just to get some variety in there and keep stuff moving for variety's sake. Maybe have a segment where I just talk to the viewers. It's just me opening up for like an hour to the viewers. Maybe have a little bit of retro throwback stuff where I play an older game like Donkey Kong Country or Sonic the Hedgehog or something like that. Basically keep it moving and do positive stuff so that this event that's going to be a long event doesn't feel like a long-winded event, but instead just feels like a positive, fun thing. Because people just said, if you're enjoying yourself and doing a variety of fun stuff that you like, that's going to be the kind of Phil that we want to see. You're not going to want to see the angry Phil who's playing like Black Ops 4 multiplayer and pissed off because the game sucks. That's not going to, make people feel the kind of vibe you want for a stream where you're trying to, do any kind of, fundraising via tips and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So, I get you. I hear you. And I'm kind of agreeing with you. So, I'm thinking very strongly about what I want to do. It's probably going to take place in the second half of March, along with my retrospective event. There's going to be another retrospective event in March as well as a result of us hitting the subs goal for February. So that's really good. So a lot of stuff coming up in March. A lot of important stuff. Obviously. So. All right. So all that being said, I'm trying to think if there's anything else really I want to mention before we get started. I don't think particularly. No, I don't think there's much else to talk about. So, all right, guys, let's get to plugs quickly. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and thank you all for an awesome 10-plus years of me being a content creator on the internet. With all the crazy, stuff going on with YouTube, Adpocalypse 2.0, and all this crap, it's nice to know that I have a place to come where every day I can come hang out with you guys, have fun, and enjoy games here on Twitch. And by the way, I am aware that some of you watch this on YouTube as well. But it's nice to know that because of the support of the viewers and fans, I'm still here. So if you like my content, if you like my daily live streams on Twitch, if you like the content I put out daily on YouTube, and you want to see me continue to be successful and be able to keep doing this for a living, there are many ways that you can contribute. The first would be checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges, all right, earn you personal perks. For example, pledging $5 or more gets you premium forum access on my website and allows you to nominate and vote on special events. This month, you'll be posting up your nominations for the upcoming retrospective event, okay? So for those who pledge $5 this month, retrospective event next month, you'll be able to nominate stuff that you want to see in it, okay? You can get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, which also, by the way, is going to take place in March. So good opportunity to pledge to Patreon, get your question answered next month on the show. Or you can even get a private Q&A video made. So lots of good stuff. Give it a look, patreon.com/darksidephil. I also have a merchandise shop where I sell all kinds of fun things, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, all kinds of fun stuff. All right? So give that a look. Anything you buy from there helps me out, obviously. Okay? And then, of course, if you're here live on the stream and you would like to contribute via cheering, subbing, or tipping and get a shout out for your contribution, you could do so. All right? I will give a shout out for anyone who cheers, subs, and tips. Of course, it is subjective when I give a shout out to. If something's negative or insulting, no, I'm not going to do it. Okay? As you see, we have the stream stats leaderboard here in effect today. If you're the top cheerer or top tipper, I'll get you up there for recognition. In fact, already some people have started contributing, so I will update that shortly. We also have the sub count, which has been going up and down all over the place recently. I'm actually curious right now, what are we at? 501. So it actually went up by 1 during this pre-stream so far. Let me go ahead and update that. Our sub goal was 525 subs. We did hit that. So don't worry. We are doing that the retrospective event next month. It just dipped after that, but that's fine. Again, a good opportunity today. If you want access to the 4 new emotes that we have in Stream Chat, along with the other 34. That's right, 38 emotes and counting being added to the channel. Consider subbing. Plus, you get a cool Chat Crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter. And in addition to all of that, you also get the... oh, you don't have to watch advertisements when I run them, because I do take a couple ad breaks, and you don't have to watch those ads. It's pretty cool. Okay. So, all that going on. Thank you to everyone who cheers, subs, and tips. It's much appreciated. You may be saying, well, what's the best way to help Phil today? And the answer, quite frankly, is doesn't matter. Anything you do is incredibly helpful, and everything you do is equally helpful. There's no preferred method of, support at all. Whatever you would like to do is much appreciated. Come next month, things are probably going to change in that regard. So, there you go. Well, I'm trying to think. I think that's it. I think what we'll do is get to shout-outs. All right, let's get to now shout-outs on the stream. Okay. So, let's scroll all the way down here. Okay. So, first of all, someone anonymously gifted a subscription to A Good RPG earlier today. That's pretty awesome. A Good RPG is a longtime viewer, a supporter, and pretty awesome to whoever gifted that sub. So thank you to whoever supported via that, and congratulations to A Good RPG who received the gifted sub. Very nice. We start off today with a tip from Xbox One is Garbage, a $1 tip. He says, I hope my $1 tips have added up. Hey, man, it's like I've said over and over the years. Every contribution is appreciated, no matter how big or small, and they do add up. Like, most people don't seem to realize, like, oh, man, $1's nothing, right? No, the truth of the matter is, I am still here because of crowdfunding. Because you guys like my content so much that all of you collectively contribute, and it adds up. And it's funny because some people used to be like, I can only give like $1, so it's not worth it. It's like, no, the truth is, it does add up. And it's through the collective support of all of you over the years that I'm still here. It's not because of one person who behind the scenes was financing everything. That's never been the case. And although there have been a few very generous people over the years who've come through and, supported me in various ways. The most recent one being Emerald7, who gifted us all those tier 3 subs back in December, right? Which was absolutely amazing. It's pretty awesome that because of our collective support, right? All of your collective support, that I'm here to this day. So thank you guys, because, I could have been gone a long time ago through all the YouTube crap. Remember, I used to be a YouTuber. My focus was YouTube. It's all I did was make YouTube videos. Didn't care about the streaming. It was fan service, right? For how many years? And then I basically changed all of that to be more interactive for you guys. If I had just stayed with YouTube, I certainly would not be here anymore. It is all about the crowdfunding support, so thank you guys so much on a daily basis for making me feel welcome and letting me know that what I do is meaningful to you, and thanks for hanging out with me. Okay? All right, moving on. Ace did a 50-bit cheer and says, I love some of the comments on reviews now for Anthem. One of them said, stop complaining about the bugs and glitches. How about you try to make a game? Oh, the internet. Yeah. I mean, listen, I have not played Anthem, so firsthand, I cannot attest to the game being bug-ridden or full of problems. I don't know. I can't say that. So that's unfair for me to criticize the game for that. But if it is true that the game does have issues like this, then yes, it's fair for people to criticize the game for them. And I've actually heard that a couple of reviews already have kind of panned the game, saying, sorry, but this is not what we expect out of a AAA game studio. Not only is it an uninspired grindfest, but also the game has bugs and stuff. So it's just like the shit on top of the Duty Sunday. You know, it's like already it was crap, and now you poured liquid crap on top of the solid crap. You know, ugh, just completes the package, right? Boy, I just made a really disgusting analogy, didn't I? That's gross. All right, let's all pretend like I didn't say that. Yuck. Oh my god. So anyway, yeah, it's hilarious how you get the white knights who are like, you know, the fanboys of BioWare. So they come out of nowhere and, oh no, you can't. Why don't you try to make a game, motherfucker? Like, I don't want to make a game. I want to buy a game with my hard-earned money and play a game. I don't want to make a game. If I wanted to make a game, I'd be a fucking game dev. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to enjoy the finished product, and I have the right to criticize it if I paid for it, right? So, hilarious. Okay, Abigail Ryfinger cheered and said, I just wanted to jump in and say hi before we have to listen. Oh, before I have to listen in on my philosophy class and I have to present. Wish me luck. I wish you luck, Abigail. Good luck. Hopefully you do well today. Insomniatic Meat did a 65-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Insomniatic Meat, for that cheer. Bagel Goose did a 100-bit cheer. Let me get, you know what? That is the biggest cheer so far today. Let's get Bagel Goose up there. So we have a top cheerer up there. And Bagel Goose says, cooking segment an option. Well, no. If I were to do a cooking segment, I couldn't do it live for sure. I couldn't. The other thing is I don't cook. The only things that I cook right now, let me think. Right now, there's literally like 3 things that I actually cook when it comes to making dinner for Kat and myself. The first is any kind of like burger, and what I mean by that is not really a hamburger, because I don't really make those. I either do turkey or chicken burgers, because they're much more healthy for you. And I usually fry that up with like low-fat olive oil, cooking spray in a pan, and I season. And then I'll put that on some kind of a bun with some kind of a condiment, and I chop lettuce and tomato and put that on there. So very basic. No one wants to see me cook that, you know. I make chicken fajitas. Now, chicken fajitas, what you need to do is get some kind of fajita veggies, whether it's peppers, onions, that kind of stuff, plus some chicken. Usually I get the pre-cooked chicken because it's a lot easier that way than cooking up raw chicken. And you toss it into a skillet with some fajita seasonings. You stir it all up. Then I usually toss some salsa in there to stir all that up, and then you serve that in tortillas with some shredded, like, Mexican-style blended cheese. I could do that, but again, it's not like, oh, Phil's hand cooking a bunch of stuff. It's not. I'm just tossing pre-made ingredients usually into a skillet and frying them up. The final thing that I can make is like an Asian stir-fry, which, again, it's the same exact thing. You get some kind of pre-seasoned chicken, frozen vegetables, you toss it into a stir-fry, you add Asian sauces and seasonings, you stir it up, and you make it over a bed of rice, you know. Those are the 3 things I cook, and none of them are particularly interesting at all, okay? I don't know realistically what I could make that anyone would want to see me do a cooking video. You know what I mean? None of it is anything good. In regards to like, oh, here is a huge recipe that Phil makes that's so elaborate, right? The one thing that I make that is elaborate is my sauce. You know, a pot of Italian sauce. That's elaborate. That takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of ingredients to make. But, number one, I already vlogged myself making that sauce like 4 years ago. So already there's videos up on the internet of that. That's number one. And number two, I only do it maybe every 2.5 months. And in particular, I just did it a couple weeks ago. So I wouldn't even have opportunity to make another pot of the sauce and film it in time for whatever event I'm going to do in March. So honestly, Bagel Goose, I don't think anything would work for cooking. You know what I mean? Like, the one person here who's a good cook is Kat, but I'm working when she's cooking. I can't be down there to filming every step of what she's doing. Plus, I hate to tell you this, she has no interest in being in my videos. None. She doesn't want to be in my videos or my streams because she knows about the negative element of assholes who are so nasty to her already. You know, in the very few things she's been in, they've been nothing but fucking nasty to her. So she just has no desire to be a part of it anymore. You know, and that's just me being honest. I wish it was different. But that's life. You know, these assholes did what they did, and they really rubbed her the wrong way, and she just doesn't want to be a part of anything anymore. And that's to be respected. You know, you got to respect that. You can't push someone into doing something they don't want to do. And I'm not going to do that. All right? So it is what it is. I don't think cooking is coming anytime soon. All right? Shout out to Van Clays 009, who tipped me $1 and said, let's get the party started. Thank you very much, Van Clays, for that tip. I appreciate it. Let's actually add that to total tips. Sorry, the Xbox One is garbage. Did trump you, though, to the $1 tip spot. So he remains on the leaderboard for top tip. Judicious Echoes did a 200-bit cheer and says, everything you play a game like Baldur's Gate 1 or 2 on stream, worthwhile game at the developer's peak and have had enhanced versions in recent years. I don't know anything about Baldur's Gate. Like Zippo. I don't know a damn thing about it at all. And I'm sure I've heard the name over the years many times, so I'm sure that it must be one of those games that has a huge fan base over time that's built, like a cultish fan base. You know what I mean? Like people who just love that genre, or not that genre, that franchise, that IP is what I meant to say. And that's great. You know, I missed out on it. I don't know much about it. If anyone ever wanted to see me play it, I guess that's great. But I don't know. You know, I've never played it myself. I got missed out on it. Hey, by all means, guys, you think that's something that would be interesting to watch me play and try out, and, you know, let me know. Be more than happy to maybe give it a shake. But for now, I don't see it realistically being something that I would do in the short run. Okay? But anyway, thank you very much to Judicious Echoes for that 200-bit cheer. Much appreciated. Swaggins Cheer said, I agree that Anthem is just a copy-paste grind fest, but at least there's at least some incentive to those in grinding towards something. Let's try this again. I agree Anthem is a copy-paste grind fest. At least there's some incentive to those to grinding towards something, compared to Battle Royale games in the sense that they're just both mindless games meant for co-op. There's nothing to gain in Battle Royale games other than bragging rights of winning a match. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I can't see why people would enjoy playing Battle Royale games, but not games like The Division 2, Anthem, etc., when they're superior to Battle Royale games in every way. I actually disagree, Swaggins. Here's why. What you just said innately is a false statement. You said, oh, but when you're grinding in one of these co-op games, like Anthem or Division, right, you're going towards an end goal. No, you're not. These games go on infinitely. They never end. Even though they may have a story ending, the story literally is not the focus of the game. The focus of the game is the repetitive grinding combat, because then you can get the next piece of loot, the next piece of whatever, to do more grinding combat. You see what I mean? It's a game that exists only to keep playing. It's not a game that has an end game goal. It's not a game that has an end game destination. You just keep going infinitely. Battle Royale is kind of the same thing. The end game goal is at least to win. Do you get anything for winning? Maybe some credits to unlock skins for your characters or whatever, and then you go back and play again. It's the same exact formula. The only difference is it's a different style of game. But it's the same shit. It's literally games for the sake of playing games, rather than having an endgame story resolution, a definitive ending, a conclusion, and a feeling of achievement. You don't really get that with those games. It's more about, as they say, it's more about the journey than the destination, right? Games that are co-op based, it's about having that fun journey together with friends, rather than caring about if you ultimately win the Battle Royale game or if you actually get to whatever the end game story is. You had fun playing with your friends during the time that you did, right? So that's what I mean. Like, I do feel that both games are kind of the same, all right? And if for me, the reason that I like the Battle Royale genre, number one, most of the games are free, so I'm not required to invest money in a game that I know doesn't have any kind of an ultimate overall value. You know, I'm not naming Apex Legends Game of the fucking Year. I'm not an idiot. At the same time, I enjoy playing Apex Legends with a few people who I trust and I enjoy the camaraderie with. So, you see what I mean? Like, it's free. Number two, for me, the Battle Royale genre is better because at least you're working towards that goal of winning, being the winner. There is no winner in these co-op games like Anthem, Destiny, and The Division. There's no winner. You just keep going forever. It's gameplay for the sake of more gameplay. You see what I mean? The Lightning God Cheers said, Philly, you gotta make this pre-stream shorter. I'm not trying to be. And then he cut off. Listen, everyone says this. Oh, you need shorter pre-streams. But then, if I take the content of the pre-stream and I put it into the gameplay of a game, like right now, if I started playing Metro and I wasn't paying attention to the story and instead I was talking over it and talking with you guys about all these topics, everyone would complain that I've destroyed the immersion of the game and that, you know, I'm doing it wrong. So that's why we have these pre-streams. We all know why. You can complain till the cows come home, but the pre-streams are necessary and they're not going away. Wiggle Goose cheered. He says, to generate hype for March, would you autograph something to give away as a prize for highest cheer, tip, etc.? Well, Wiggle Goose, here's the deal. I would consider that. All right. However, number one, you cannot do it in conjunction of certain things. Like you cannot do what's considered a contest when it comes to bit cheering. That's against Twitch's terms of service. So I would not have to be able to do it at all in regards to cheers. It's against the rules. If I wanted to do it for other things, like the top tipper of the month gets a signed, autographed copy of something, that actually is okay. However, I guess it would really depend on what's the word I'm looking for? It would depend on the logistics of it, because I used to do this. When I first started with Patreon, way back when, we're talking over 3 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago now. Yeah, long time I've been with Patreon. Back then, okay, I was doing T-shirts. I had these Project 7 T-shirts that I'd sitting around for years, never able to sell them or do anything with them. So I said, I'll do them as patron stuff, right? So I started doing them, and I would sign a shirt, mail it, and I actually had it as a $20 perk. So you pledge $20 to my Patreon, you get a T-shirt with an either autographed shirt, or I would autograph something and send it with the shirt. I'm not even kidding you. Probably about 75% of the time, it cost me more money to mail the shirt than what I received via Patreon. So I actually lost money doing the T-shirts as a Patreon level. As silly as that is, you know what I mean? That's stupid that shipping is so expensive, but it is. You know, I'm certainly not Amazon. I don't have these crazy shipping partnerships with people all around the world. So let me put it this way. If top tipper for the month of March received something autographed from me, great, but it would have to be like, as long as the tip is something good, you know. Now the top tipper was a $20 tipper, and I ended up paying $35 to mail the shirt. However, I'll be honest, I do think that the top tipper in March is going to be much bigger than that. In general, it always is. So I don't think it would be that big of an issue. I don't know, you know, if that would be any incentive. I really don't. I don't think it would be like an incentive. Oh, I got to be the top tipper for March so I can get Phil's autograph. Who the hell really thinks that way? I don't know. Not me. For me, that's like silly, because as I've told you guys, I don't think anyone doing what I do is a celebrity at all. No, I don't think PewDiePie and Ninja are fucking celebrities. I'm sorry. I don't think Markiplier is a celebrity. These are people who just play games and got lucky on the internet and through various means got rich and have a following. That doesn't make them a fucking celebrity where I want their fucking autograph. That's insane. Like, the fact that I would ever desire... I'm blown away that at one time I went to conventions and people lined up to get my autograph. That's like, what the fuck? Like, that just blows my mind. That I just have never been like that. Never once in my life have I ever asked a single person for their autograph. Not once. So, it is what, you know, that's how I am. That's my mentality. So, for me to think there would be any incentive to get my autograph on something that would convince people to cheer, like, that's not cheer, excuse me, tip, because remember, you can't do that with cheering. That's against terms of service. I don't know. That just blows my mind. But anyway, let's continue. Swang is cheered. He says, I mean, grinding in the sense towards better gear. At least that's some type of progression, not an ending. In Battle World games, you're reset after every match. I hate both styles, but I want at least some form of progression. Something as little as better gear. That change of gameplay a little and not just cosmetic shit. But it's the same deal, Swaggins, because the better gear only allows you to do the same repetitive gameplay again. You see what I mean? These games are all an endless cycle. It's the same with mobile games, too. You know, mobile game, you play the game, you grind, you earn items, you earn characters, you earn upgrades, but ultimately, the only thing that you're doing in that mobile game is grinding more. Like, I just you know, it's a revelation every once in a while, because sometimes you just like playing a game a lot. It's relaxing to play the mobile game. Then you realize all you're ever doing is the same thing. You're like, wow, I can't wait to earn that brand new character in the game. And you get him, you're like, and now back to the grind with the new character to earn something else that's the same. You see what I mean? all these games are the same at this point. They're just games for the sake of games. Games for the sake of wasting time. They're time sinks, I guess would be the best description. Versus a game that actually has a definitive way to develop, a definitive ending. You know what I mean? An end goal, a resolution to a story. None of these have these. So. But I see your point. I do see your point. Jujutsu Psychos did another 200-bit cheer and said, you know, I like the pre-streams since Ask the King, which is my bi-monthly Q&A show, is only once every few months. I'm not watching the game stream itself to avoid spoilers, but I like watching your pre-streams. There you go. So for every person, like the Lightning God, who's very upset that these pre-streams are so long and wish that I could just get to the gameplay, you got a person who enjoys having this daily interaction with me, this daily kind of vlog, this daily kind of Q&A session, because you get it out of the way, so then when I get to the game, I can focus on the game and not have to be, oh yeah, well now I have to answer 100 questions, right? See what I mean? And it's actually funny because I saw someone during the suggestions that I took in during my day off on Twitter. One person said, you know, pre-streams are long, but at the same time, gauge what happens during pre-streams versus what happens during the live gameplay streams. And if, you know, if for example, you get enough interaction and enough contributions during pre-streams to warrant them existing, then by all means keep doing them. I can wholeheartedly tell you guys, pre-streams warrant their existence. They do. There's some days I make the majority of my contributions on the pre-stream. And that's crazy. But yeah, like it definitely justifies its own existence. Okay? All right, Kanji Monster cheered and said, Anthem is great, lots of bugs with the game. Is a game like Street Fighter 5, it's going to get better with time. If anything, you should wait until it's 6 to 7 months old or an expansion is released like Monster Hunter World. Well, there you go. Another example, apparently, of a game that... apparently, another example of a game that at launch ain't so good, but let's hope that it sells well, and then we'll actually put effort into it to try to make it better in 6 to 7 months. Modern game development, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so that is really it, guys, for today's pre-stream. Let's end the pre-stream because guess what? I got to use the bathroom. I'm not even kidding. It hit me in like the last 2 minutes. I got to use it pretty bad.
Did his best in there with a champion. Shit. Right. The fuck?